Greetings, I'm Brent Silby, the writer of this blog. I want to introduce myself and provide a little background as to why I write these posts and why I use the name Socrates. Socrates, as you are probably aware, was an ancient Athenian philosopher who lived between 469 and 399 BCE. He's widely regarded as the founder of modern philosophy. Now, he didn't actually write anything down, but some of his students, most notably Plato, recorded many of his discussions in written form. And typically these writings involved Socrates engaged in dialogue with one, two, or several other people. This style of writing is known as Socratic dialogue, and I think is quite an effective way to work through philosophical problems. Over the years, I've written several Socratic dialogues, mainly as a teaching resource for my philosophy class, and I've also published many of these online. I chose to use Socrates as the main character in my dialogues after reading the Socratic dialogues of Peter Kreeft, a philosopher from Boston College and King's College. He uses Socrates as the main character in his work, and to me, it seems to make sense, given that Socrates is often viewed as the quintessential figure in Western philosophy. Socrates lived before the tradition we now know as Stoicism, but the Stoics were certainly inspired by his philosophy. Zeno of Citium, the founder of ancient Stoic philosophy, spoke of Socrates as an example of how to live a good and just life. So it seems reasonable to use the character Socrates as a mouthpiece for Stoic philosophy. And since I'd already been using a fictional Socrates for my Socratic dialogues, I was already set up for it. But I need to be clear that almost all the words I write are not quotes from the historic Socrates. They are my words that I'm putting into the mouth of a character I name Socrates. However, occasionally I do include something that Socrates would have said. For example, the unexamined life is not worth living. I hope these Stoic posts are of use to you. I plan to make short videos too, so we'll have them in written and spoken formats. If you're interested in delving more deeply into Stoic philosophy, I recommend looking into Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, especially Marcus. His meditations are accessible and beautiful to read. Keep in mind, though, that he was not writing them for an audience. He probably would be surprised that we are reading them. They were written as private thoughts, advice that he was giving himself at the end of a hard day. So when he uses phrases such as, you should do X, or you should be careful to, watch, shun material wealth or whatever, he's not talking to us. He's talking to himself, right? Giving himself advice for how to live a better life. So for now, enjoy and feel free to post questions, and I'll try to make at least one post here per week, sometimes more.